2 of us got a job.
1 of us didn't.
Find out what happened.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. Oh my gosh, we're so old. How do you guys not know that? Did anybody know the singer? Yeah, no, not the tune. So that's Green Day. That was every one of our graduation songs. For me, it was 8th grade graduation. Really, really meaningful reflection on our past. I know, I'm super old. But the point is, we are here with our graduating interns. They have made it. They have survived.
Is that vitamin C I hear?
No, yeah, exactly. What was your guys' graduation song? Like, what is, like, when you think of graduation, what do you think of?
I don't think of a song, I think of grad night.
Grad night? Okay. No song?
I wrote my own song for graduation.
You wrote a song?
I wrote a song, and they played it on our graduation video.
No.
Yeah, they asked if
Could you give us a sample?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Is there anywhere? Oh man, okay.
Graduation.
See, I bet you it's on the internet.
Well, we brought you these 3, let's see, what was it been? 3 months ago? We introduced you to these 3 awesome interns, Luke, and Ali. And today we're here to allow them to reflect on their time and hopefully encourage others to join. So the clickbaity headline that you heard was that 2 of them have a job and 1 of them does not. So Luke will be joining us moving forward from here at 4x400, where he's going to be a brand manager for one of our companies called FC Goods. Ali is joining the team that she spent most of her summer interning with, 3TC, as a DMS, a digital media specialist. And then Luke Austin is the one that is going to be leaving us to go back to school despite all of our best efforts. So but in summary, these 3 were awesome. They have sort of raised our understanding of what is possible from our interns. They're transforming a lot of the ways that we think about developing people here. More to come on that, because Amanda Rose will kill me if I reveal too much now about that, but they have certainly exceeded our expectations in total. So we wanted to bring them back in and allow them to reflect a little bit on their time at CTC. And so maybe just give me 2 sentences each, and I know that's a quick summary, but we'll come back with more of, like, how was your experience if you were to summarize it in 2 sentences?
You were quickly thrown into the deep end, and you learned way more than you thought you were capable of in a short amount of time.
Great one.
Just really surrounded by a group of people that constantly inspire me and learn more than I ever expected I was possible and capable of learning.
Cool.
I'm sad to leave. It's gonna be hard to leave. Yeah,
That's a good
all right,
that's
2 sentences. All right, well, what about this? What would you say was the most unexpected part of the 3 months? So as you sort of, whatever you thought the internship was going to be, what sort of did you not expect to happen that did happen over the time?
Not even over time, it's just within the first days, everybody here asked for your opinion, and your opinion actually mattered. It wasn't like, oh, that's what you think? That's cool, maybe we'll try it in a month from now and see if you're actually smart enough. It was like, oh, that's cool with it, let's run it up against spend and see if it works. And like within the first 2 days, I was like, oh, what I say actually counts. I didn't know it was gonna be like that right when I got here.
Cool.
Yeah, I think honestly, like, I start officially in a week, but I feel like I've been a full-time employee here since the beginning, not just by responsibility, but the level of trust that we're given was really incredible, and we learned a lot because of it.
Yeah. I think what was unexpected for me is how much everyone cares about everyone else so much here at CTC and within the teams as well. It's big team mentality, and like Luke was saying, you're throwing out ideas, you're putting stuff up against each other and working together to get to the same place. And it's not a oh, this is about me, or hey, check out this ad I put out, check out this great idea I had. It's let's see what the best we can do together.
Absolutely.
And that's every day.
That's cool. Really cool. What about what would you say is sort of the biggest surprise for you culturally, not just the work, but in terms of, like, what did you sort of joining an agency or even a workplace for some of you, maybe your first job really out of college, like your perception of the workforce versus maybe what it actually is. Sort of juxtapose that and sort of take us through what you learned in that.
Well, I mean, I have tons of friends that have regular jobs or in internships, and they all just talk about how much they suck and how much they hate it. And I grew up just with people older than me or my same age just being like, oh, I have work, thank God it's Friday. And like on Friday here, it's like, dang it, it's actually the weekend. Like, I'm stoked to come back in Monday. Like, not only are these people rad, but like what we do is just incredible.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of the same way where I kind of watched, I have an older sister and she immediately out of school hated what she was doing, and I kind of expected the same thing. I thought that I was going to have to go through that year where you just kind of grind it out and then you find what you want to do, where this internship helped me to figure out like I want to be here and I'm super inspired and like I love what I'm doing.
Cool.
And that's really, really a unique opportunity.
Cool.
Yeah.
Someone I listen to his podcast a lot, he says the two biggest questions that he'll ask anyone are, what is your greatest fear and what is your greatest dream? So we don't really ask the greatest fear question, I think, around here, but the greatest dream question, like the culture around here is built so strongly around something called TMYD that happens here that I know that has been talked about on the podcast before, but it's all about CTC wanting to partner with each one of us, with me, with Luke, with Ali, and everyone else here, and figure out what we dream about, what we're passionate about, what we want to do, who we are, and then coming alongside of us and helping us do that. That I think makes this culture like none other.
That's a good question. So I don't even know this. So you guys had like sort of an abbreviated version of TMYD each, right? Did you reach any consensus around dreams that in that process, or are you guys still figuring it out? Yeah, still working through it?
A little bit there, a little bit here.
Okay, all right.
Mini dreams, baby dreams.
Yeah, so
Lots of goals.
ones. Yeah.
There's a lot of goals in
Yeah.
that.
What about you, Ellie?
No, I think it was interesting because I have never experienced something like that. I've
Yeah.
never gone to therapy before, and so mine was more like looking in the past
Cool.
and like trying to use what I've gained, lessons I've learned in the past to like kind of shape my future. So
Cool.
I'm excited to keep doing TMYD because
Yeah, that's
I'll
huge.
be able to get to that dream eventually.
Cool.
Yeah. One of my friends, I was talking with him last weekend, and he said, Luke, he's like, you love to just help people do the thing that they want to do. You love to help people do the thing that they want to do, and I think TMYD has helped me to find that out a lot. As Tommy has asked questions surrounded a lot about like, what are your strengths, what are you good at, and how can those be channeled in a way that helps everyone else out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
One of the other things that I think was unique, so each of you got to spend most of the summer rotating through different positions on a team, but you also had sort of your own culture amongst yourselves, the interns, with Amanda in the program. So maybe share a little bit about like what was the experience like having that sort of camaraderie, and sort of how do you guys reflect on your relationships with each other outside of just whatever you got here at CTC?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we definitely have our own little tight-knit group where it's just like, we get together maybe like 5 minutes before our meetings with Amanda and be like, I'm a little swamped it's Monday and I'm just an intern. And we'd be like, yeah, did you have to do this? Yeah, how about this? What happened like last week? So it's just our little time to be like, are you overwhelmed? I'm a little bit overwhelmed. They're like, do you have nothing to do today? Yeah. Like I haven't done anything last hour. But it's really cool. And I think we're all gonna be friends for a really long time after this, which is so much cooler than just having 12 weeks of just hanging out and then never seeing each other again. I think we're all gonna be friends for a long time.
Yeah. I really loved that we had a project to do together. Like I feel like we worked really well together, and it wasn't like the interns were competing against each other ever, even though that's kind of how we got here.
Sure.
But it was really cool because it built our relationship, and we all bring something really unique to the table. So being able to work together on a project where we wouldn't have otherwise worked together was really cool, and we got to know each other really well because of that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. I remember one time we were sitting outside, we're kind of attacking this project from a bird's eye view and stepping back, and before we started just doing stuff, we just talked with each other and encouraged one another in what everyone else was good at. And like Ali saying like, Luke, you're really good at this and I suck at this, and Mina was like, well, Ali, you should do this because I'm not good at this, and that's like how teams work here as well too. So yeah,
Really
cool.
Yeah, I loved seeing you guys sort of have your own subculture. I think Amanda did such an awesome job of letting you guys have that, both being a part of the community, but also sort of having your own journey. I think there's like one of the things that I'm a big believer in is that in your life there should always be this like peer group that you're sort of co-journeying with through life, and then there should be people that you're being poured into by, and then people that you're being poured out to as well. So hopefully you'll continue to pursue that. So in the interest of like your feedback mattering to us, give us a piece of advice for the CTC culture, the community, based on your experience here. What's some way that we could make this place even better based on what you've seen and experienced?
That's a really, really difficult question.
Yeah. Well, come on, your opinion matters. We're throwing you to the wolves. Help me get better.
I think very, very highly of this place, and I think more, although it'd be super difficult because all the partners are very stretched thinly with time. But like we have a TMYD session, and like we got our own little hour with you guys.
Yeah.
But to create something that landed on the Inc. 500 list, and us being so young, having dreams that, like, to one day do that, to have more time even with you guys, to be like, when you started and you had no idea it was gonna end up here, but how did you actually get here?
Cool.
Yeah, I think that is a really huge question.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing that I think could be a place that CTC could improve, and also something that CTC is already working on, is greater collaboration between the different divisions of CTC, and that's been a really big focus throughout these 3 months, and I know it's going to continue to be in the future. But I think the growth teams have become such a tight-knit group that, like, as we're expanding the other divisions, like making sure that we continuously like bring everyone into the same unit is something that, like, I think we have areas to improve, but I think we'll definitely get there.
Totally.
Maybe like more free food. Or like
she's just about the snacks.
So
she's like,
Amanda does really, like, you do really good on snacks. Like, we have snacks, but there's never like a sandwich bar.
yeah, exactly. Where's the cafeteria?
Yeah. No
That's
cafeteria.
fair. So it's more substantive meals for you.
Wow. I was so stoked there were free jalapeno chips.
I've been spoiled.
Yeah.
But actually, like, team lunches are rad for
they really are.
bringing people together. So I'd be curious what that would look like, more like cross team lunches or other lunches. We do lunches when new people come aboard, and it really helps. But cross teams and things outside of work, like
totally.
that. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that's our crew. Any last parting words you would give to a potential intern? Let's say the internship program were to expand and happen more often, and we were going to try and get more people. What would you say to somebody who was thinking about potentially applying?
Be really competitive, because that is his nature at a very high degree. And then once you're in here, spend as much time with Amanda Rose as you can, because she is one of the coolest people on earth.
I think don't get discouraged that you don't have exactly the type of experience that you would need to be successful here, because
So true.
the only type of experience that you need is really to be able to work as hard as you possibly can and put in as much time as you possibly can and be open-minded, and that's really what it takes to be successful here.
Yeah. Playing off that, I say, like, each one of us, each one of you is a unique person, and has a unique identity with strengths that no one else has. You can do things and say things that no one else will ever do or say. So bring that to the table. Bring your full self to the table and play to those. Work your butt off. And
one more thing. Because the internship, like, the competition is all based off of problem solving.
Yeah.
And that's basically all we did for 12 weeks was just creative test, problem solve.
Yeah.
Totally.
So don't email them a bunch of times, but think of really, really creative ways to solve the problem if you want to join the internship.
Yeah, that's so good. Well, you guys killed it. We couldn't be more appreciative and thankful of having you guys, and you seriously have sort of transformed the way that we think about finding people, because you're right, I think your abilities to sort of solve the problem of the internship challenge that got you here was clearly a great indicator of your ability to continue to do that. And so we're stoked, we're thankful for all of you. Luke, we're gonna miss you, but I'm sure you'll be around. And you two, we got work to do. We got stuff to get going. So thanks everybody, we appreciate it. And come be an intern at CTC.